Today for New Music Monday, we're going to check out the brand new EP from Burial, and it's called Rival Dealer. One of the best aspects of modern technology is the fact that artists can now release how much music they want, whenever they want, however they want. And as a lot of people hoped, and as we heard was promised, almost a year to the date after his last EP, this new EP adds yet another very impressive piece to the Burial EP catalog. However, I will say that this album definitely shows a significant amount of growth for Burial as a musician, and it sounds like he's really starting to branch out in his overall approach to making music. You can definitely hear that come through in the title track because it's firmly rooted in a more aggressive, slightly louder and faster sound that he usually does. And it's quite a contrast to the overall sound from the Kindred EP from just a few years ago. While there have been traces of this approach throughout his other records, this is the first time I really feel like he's committing completely to that heavier sound. And more than that, it's his commitment to a faster pace, and it works excellently. Now, don't think that Burial has completely dropped the form and sound that we've come to love over the years. If you're looking for a deep, spacey, completely lose your mind mood, that is definitely here as well. It's the balance that's created between the three songs on this album that become a complete experience for both the mind and the ears. And as usual, there are so many sonic layers that this album almost has infinite replay value. I'll admit, I had to listen to this one almost half a dozen times before I could start writing anything about it. And it's not because I couldn't find the words, it's because I was really enjoying finding so many different elements at play in all of these songs. But I'll admit it, for me, it's always about the vocals and the way that they're used on Burial records that really attracts me to the sound, as they have this pain and this torture like nothing else you're ever gonna hear. To me, it's always like they're in some sort of near-death situation when they deliver the lines on his songs. And as has become the case over the last few EPs, the vocals are one of the finest elements of everything he does. But there's always almost this double meaning to the lyrics that you hear on these albums. And the dark nature of the title track is definitely brought into question through the lyrics. Is it a vow of passion, or maybe a bit of a menacing threat when you hear the person say, "I'm gonna love you more than anyone"? Speaking of the vocals and huge shifts that you find on this, at the end of the last track, we hear something brand new, as it's a completely undistorted, unmodulated, clear monologue. And the light, almost angelic atmosphere he builds around it makes it an absolutely perfect closing to this EP. It's safe to say that Burial's streak of uniquely impressive EPs definitely remains intact on this one. And it further cements my case for artists releasing more frequent EPs than having to go through the process of an entire album over the course of a couple years. And on the buy it or borrow it, much like his last few EPs, Rival Dealer is an absolute buy it. Go get it and enjoy the space out. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you dug it. If you did, go ahead and click subscribe, leave a comment, click like, whatever you want to do. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook right here, and I'll see you guys again next time.